Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is your favorite crypto trading show, Crypto and Coffee with the Trading Bros. I'm your host, Clutch Crypto. We got B. Wellington. We got down futures pre-market this morning. We got Fed news with their rate hikes that will be published tomorrow, even though the meeting's happening today. But so are we going to stay in this range? Are we going to go up another leg? Or could we potentially start this downside early? Let's find out. B. Wellington.
It
Tell us
started
what you
early.
got, man.
Started early, so you're expecting a downslide for the meeting. So you're saying that we're going to start early. You know, it's a tricky week.
Hey, man, I was just throwing everything out there. It is our.
Tricky.
Go ahead.
Tricky week. Tricky week. Tricky week.
God,
So these Fed meeting weeks are very tricky. They're going to play a lot of games. I say they institutions relative to trying to trap traders. The natural thing for us to do would be to go down. I think everybody anticipates that. Everything says go down, right? And one part of that problem is that when everything says go down, generally they don't go down. So if we look at it as far as the path is concerned, I mean, we would look for something of this nature, either for it to continue back down or to hold at yesterday's low, maybe come back up, develop that pattern there, come back down. That's definitely something that could happen, but there's a lot of things that are going on relative to, there's a lot of retail that understands that the market should go down as well. So we're overweighted from a shorts perspective, which I think you'll show here in a little bit. Even though we've got some longs, I mean, we just got a lot of longs coming in because people are thinking that we've either hit the bottom or this is the bottom of a range that's about to go back up. I mean, we haven't technically double tapped in an area here. Let me get off of this chart. We haven't technically double tapped in an area, and your double tap would be somewhere around in this area. We came close, right? So what folks will call this is a non-follow through, right? So we were about to come back in here, touch it. It stopped abruptly before touching it, pulled back somewhat. And so what's anticipated is that we come back into this area again. We'll probably crash to this area as well because of this pullback here. But in anticipation of everybody going short in this area, we've had this pull back up. We may actually have a pullback. I mean, we've got the psychological levels, this high and this low, up in this area with yesterday's high up in this area as well. So I just think it just looks too picture perfect for us to come back down to this area. If we do, that's great. But a lot of people would make money that way, and that's not how the market works. And so I think you're going to have a lot of folks that get on a short, expecting this to break down from this 50, from the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. But I do think that we'll come back up. One of the other things I'd say in anticipation of not going up is the fact that we kind of went up yesterday, which was, generally Mondays are false moves. So that would anticipate us coming back down maybe today and then moving back up later in the week. But just from looking at kind of the futures open, I like moving to the upside today, even though we're having a little bit of a downside at the start of the market. But the market just opened. It's 8:30 my time. And so, Mark, New York's open. We've got last week's low right here into this area as well. We do have some vector candles. We've got one right here. We've got another vector down in this area as well that we can come back and recover. We normally do that. So there's a good chance we come back down as well. But, we'll see. I just think that, just based from what I'm looking at, maybe we come to the upside. I think any move to the downside right now is going to be fairly trappy, but we'll see. I mean, everybody and their mama thinks we're going down. So that is why I think we're going up. Don't be in a crowded trade.
Absolutely. That's been a rule of ours for a very long time.
Perpetual OI is at 5.0, $5 billion flat. Even has decreased. I mean, we've been hanging around in that 5.8, I think 5.9 to 5.0. So we're kind of in the lower range of that OI. Looking at, big Binance in particular, we've had this move, this breakout of the Bollinger Band. As I mentioned, OI really hasn't gotten on board with any of these moves. CVD for the spots going down. You got directional coming up as well. So
What is that an indicator that we're going to be going down as well?
Well, when CVD spot goes down, yeah, we're going to go down. When ADI goes up, when you have kind of a diversion between price going here, this would indicate that we're going up. The fact that our unbalanced volume is somewhat on the lower side would indicate that we're going up. I mean, we're taking out a bunch of these shorts right here. As far as these liquidations are concerned, the only thing is we don't have any OI that's kind of building up into this area, which is a little bit concerning. So we may drop for a little bit as a trap move to the upside. But again, I think we're moving to the upside at some point today. 267s. We're running that 200 mark for the futures. We're open, so we're opening on a positive standpoint, or not open. We're open on a negative from there. 263, negative 33, negative 0.86 or 1%. Same thing. So Dow's pretty much down to begin with. VIX is up, which would tell you that we've got a little bit of volatility coming into the market today. Just kind of looking at some of the hot headlines. Everybody's talking about this the Fed meeting, even though FedEx came out and said we're going into a recession.
Of course we are. We've been calling this for a long time.
Unless we're already in a recession, right? So Fed expects to keep raising rates. I mean, unemployment's a problem. Just looking at the economic calendar, we've got today's the 20th. We got building permits out. So we're 1.52 million building permits. So housing starts 1.58. So on the building permit side, this has dropped considerably. This would be a negative news for the market relative to a slowing economy. Housing starts at 1.58 million, which is positive. It's just saying that we've got a lot more housing starts that are out there, but these are lagging indicators as well.
Are those like new housing developments?
Housing starts, yeah, housing starts. So these are new housing starts. So demand, you've got it's somewhat lagging because you've got this demand that's out there, and then housing goes to hit that demand, right? And so these housing starts can come down as well, or you just have a bunch of inventory that's hanging out there. So these are lagging indicators from that standpoint. Existing home sales, Federal Reserve statement, and ultimately Fed Chair Jerome Powell's news conference. So at 2:30 tomorrow, we'll have the news relative to what the Fed's going to do. I mean, I think the consensus is 0.75. If you're a little higher than that, you're at 1. Some people are going stream as 1.25. I don't think we'll get there. I think definitely a 0.75. The question is, has the market already priced that in? If they do go 1, that's going to be a shock to the market, which could involve some trickery on that end as well. But we'll see. It's going to be a tricky week. Anytime you're trading news, you're trading conferences, things of that nature, that's going to be tricky. So it's just a matter of keeping your head on a swivel, looking at the data, and making sure you're not caught up in any moves that, if a move starts moving and it doesn't make any sense of why it's moving in that direction, it's probably a trap. So that's what I would say to that. But I think early on, expect some move to the upside. That's what I got on my end. What's going on, Clutch?
Let's check it out and see.
But you got a lot of orange over there. Is that your favorite baseball team or what?
What?
You wearing a lot of orange?
Yeah, bro. Houston Astros. We're gonna win the World Series this year, dog. Hey man, so as you can see here, we are continuing to decrease that delta. We're down to 7 billion. We were up the negative 12 billion yesterday, so we're on our way back down, which means that we are on our way of getting a lot of this money balance equaled back into the chart. And as you know, we called it yesterday, we definitely did go on a ride to the upside, let me tell you. So we have some big liquidations again right here at 1366, and 1414, $173 million. So that is still out there on the table. And of course, we got some big guys up here in the 1540s area as well. So all that's still on the boards for this week. So do pay attention if we start getting up into that area. But again, if we start breaking that last low that we came into yesterday, go ahead and expect those lower prices to come in. But I don't think we're going to see it today. I'm on B. Wellington's team as far as continuation to the upside. Let's swing over and take a look and see what High Block Capital has for us. Or not High Block Capital, I'm sorry. Bookmap. I mean, gotta open it, I guess, to see it. There she is. So we have Bookmap here. And as you can see, right under 1400 we have that's the resistance line. That's long-term liquidity that's sitting up there, that's staying up there. It is baiting our moves to the upside. As you can see, 1260, 1210, these are still areas of high liquidity. But what I like about this move, to give us some more confidence that we're going to the upside, this is a lot of volume sliding into an area that doesn't have a lot of volume. So that's a really good indicator for me that, there's a really good chance that we do get up to that upside. 1350 is going to be that crowded area that B. Wellington talked about. Don't get in a crowded trade because, man, those could go either direction. If you're going to get on this move to the upside, I would set some type of conditional right here, maybe 1340 or whatever, so it catches that move. And if it gets hung up and rejects, make sure you guys set your stop and profit. However, if we break above that 1360 area, we're seeing 1400 a little later today. So that's all I have.
That's it.
That
was enough, man. I think we're ready to move forward. I think everybody should have a good trading day. I think everybody needs to realize we got a lot of information coming out this week. It's going to make the market do some funny things. So just be careful. Make sure you're using stops and just pay attention.
Hey, man. You guys stay frosty out there. We'll see you tomorrow. AMF.
Adios, my friends.